Hey guys, we're in Tasmania, and over the next 10 days we're going to take you right round the island. In this episode we're going to head to the stunning Bay of Fires on the east coast, the rugged beauty of Bruny Island in the south, the tough hikes of Freycinet National Park, and finally the spectacular Cradle Mountain with everyone's favourite wombats. To start off our adventure, we flew in from Adelaide into Hobart, the capital of Tasmania. Some people think that no one lives in Tasmania, but actually Hobart has a population of around 200,000. It still has that small town feel though, with a lot of 19th century historical buildings. The city's harbour is home to quite a few of these old buildings, which is now home to a few bars and seafood restaurants. A nice spot to take a stroll on our first evening. What we weren't too sure about was our accommodation though, which was strangely located in a shopping plaza car park? Putting that aside, the next day we set off for Bruny Island, which is not linked to the main island of Tasmania. They run ferry services every 20 minutes between the two though, but you should note that there's no public transport on the island, so you'll need a car or be on a tour. It was a quick 20-minute ferry ride across, and the cost was about $53 for a return trip. You might want to consider booking during the busy times though, as there can be a pretty big lineup during peak hours. Don't forget to pack a few snacks for the wait. There is a little cherry stall on the Bruny Island side as well. Our first stop on the island was the Neck Game Reserve Lookout. The Neck is a skinny piece of land separating the north and south parts of Bruny Island. It's a stunning lookout and also home to little penguins and seabirds. From there we stopped in Adventure Bay to start the fluted cakewalk. The start is actually down the beach from the car park. The wallaby makes his home here and is also one of the only places that you can see the white wallabies, which aren't albinos. With their lack of predators on the island, there's a sizable population here on Bruny Island. We were on the lookout for them, but we're only lucky enough to see more of the ordinary cute guys, like these. We continued on the 5.4 kilometre fluted cakewalk and got to admire the stunning Jurassic period cliffs that it's famous for. It's quite a steep hike, but it had some stunning views of the area and could even see the Neck in the distance. Now, after that hard morning's hike, we'd worked up quite an appetite and rewarded ourselves with some fresh local oysters. Yum! The next day before leaving Hobart, we drove up to the peak of Mount Wellington. At 1,291 metres high, the view of Hobart and the Derwent River is not one to miss. In winter it's also covered completely in snow, and you can get covered in cloud at any time. From there, we hit the road and headed for the east coast. Our accommodation was located in the small town of Swansea. But just before we got there, we sighted an absolutely beautiful bird, the yellow-tailed black cockatoo, chowing down on these pines. Now, arriving in the town of Swansea, the accommodation was pretty basic, but we did have a stunning beachfront view. And wow, check out those views of the bay. We were lucky enough to catch a glimpse of a pod of dolphins hunting in those crystal clear waters, an absolutely unreal sight. Before enjoying our evening with some well-earned, but unfortunately a bit tasteless pizza. Now, staying in Swansea was key for one of our next day's adventures, to Freycinet National Park. Our plan was to get to the top of Mount Amos to see the amazing Wineglass Bay. A tough grade 4 track. There were easier ones to choose, but we wanted to do the difficult one. Big uneven holes, steep boulders to scramble up. The views on the way up were already pretty amazing. We had to plan our way up each section as it had rained a bit overnight and was a bit slippery in places. Our hiking boots were definitely getting a workout. We got about 80% of the way up and came to a pretty scary bit. It was really steep and pretty slippery, and in the end we decided that we had to turn back. Feeling a bit dejected, we went to our accommodation in Bruny along the east coast and decided that we'd go for a gentle walk this time along the rocky granite coast. Now, it's definitely worth checking out the different viewpoints all along the east coast. we found the Freycinet blowhole was a nice stop-off. Don't get too close though, the waves are pretty unpredictable. The next day, we head up the east coast, stopping in the town of Launceston before making our way to our stunning accommodation for the night. A gorgeous mountain chalet just outside the Cradle Mountain National Park. Unlike many places in Australia, the Airbnb had a beautiful A-frame pitched roof to deal with the heavy snow that they can receive at almost any time of the year up here. The house itself was perched on one side of an amazing valley, with the mountain ranges all on one side, all in the heart of nature. Paddlemelons and wallabies frequented the garden, and it was definitely one of our favourite places that we stayed in Tassie. That afternoon, we made the short drive through the beautiful mountains into Cradle Mountain National Park, home of maybe Australia's cutest little balls of fluff, the common wombat. The rolling alpine grasslands were home to so many of these little guys, and most were well and truly unfazed by so many others taking pictures. Their closest relative is actually the koala, so no wonder why they're so cute. With their short tails and little legs, they waddle along and really just look like a big teddy bear. Now, some may not know a funny little fact about our little friends. Their poop is actually square, and recent research suggests that they like to mark their territory, particularly if it's an elevated fallen tree or a rock or even a mushroom top. And the square shape is actually less likely to roll off it, a bit like our famous lamington, or is it a chocolate slice? We continued on the amazing trails in this area and up to the stunning Dove Lake to take in the unbelievable Cradle Mountain. The mountain itself, with its distinct jagged peaks, provides a dramatic backdrop to the surrounding landscape. The mountain is just at the northern end of the Cradle Mountain Lake St. Clair National Park and sparks the beginning of the famous Overland Track. At 65 kilometres, that's one for another day. After those stunning views and the gorgeous hike, we returned to our mountain chalet and spotted a very odd creature in the middle of the highway. It was a peacock. We think it had wandered off from a nearby farm property. Get back home, buddy. Now, did we miss something from our Around the Island tour? Almost forgot to show you some of the absolutely stunning views of the northeast coast of Tasmania. In particular, the amazing Bay of Fires area. The colour is from an orange lichen which grows on the boulders, giving the look of fire on the rocks. An awesome first half of the island of Tasmania. We really hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to tune in next week to see the wild west coast and some more of Tasmania's natural world. Don't forget to like and subscribe to follow along, and we'll see you in the next one.